did what?
I'm talking about the guy who was just here a second ago.
Yeah,
He was intern.
Skinny kid, tallish, whatever.
740 minutes on our porch.
Regular height.
All right. We're waiting for the oil to get on. Not so many people. All righty. What did I want to discuss yet from yesterday? I had something in my head. I don't remember now. Okay, well, it's late, so we got to get going. We have till 5 after, right? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay. What did we get up to?
Adam, Ibailahu. No?
Oh, yeah. Hey, who ripped off my chatzer? Sorry about that. A lot of people over here for Shabbos. Yeah. Hertz, what do you got? No electricity?
No, I'm just lazy to turn on the light. I was running. My computer wasn't working. I got people over in the house, blah, blah, blah.
I hear. Okay, ready? So Rabbi Elazar lechayayin, right? So he says, Rabbi Elazar says you have to have two lechis. Yeah, so Ibailu, they had a shayla. Rabbi Elazar lechayayin for kaira kama. When he said two lechis, did he mean two lechis and a beam, meaning a cross beam? Kama aduma lechayayin b'lai kaira, or did he mean that's just two lechis without a kaira kama? So Tashma Ma'isa Rabbi Elazar Shalach et Rabbi Yossi ben Preda Talmidai. He went to Rabbi Yossi ben Preda his Talmud. Yeah, so you see sometimes the Rebbe can go to the Talmud, whatever you want to take out of that, right? La'oivlon, to that was the name of the city. Umatzu sheyoshev mavui, and he saw him sitting in a mavui. She'ein le'ala lechi echad. The mavui only had one lechi. Amalai b'ni asa lechi acher. My son, make another lechi. First, another thing you see that he called his Talmud his son, right? Which fits into the Mishnayos and Others, right? That a Rebbe is considered like a Rebbe as Kedima to a father, right? So Amalei b'ni, but I say lechi acher. Make another lechi. Amalei v'chi l'sayis. Do I need to fully enclose this mavui? Why do I have to enclose this mavui? Amalei. So he told him, why can't you close it? And what do you care? Meaning, what's the chesaron? What are you losing by putting up another lechi? Meaning, do you have to put? I mean, the way I understand this, I'm not sure if I'm right.
Where are we up to? Where are we up to?
Top. Now we're on the top of Yud Beis Amud Aleph. Three lines down. So he told them, why don't you just close it up? And what do you care? I mean, why do you care to put up another lechi? Right? Amar Rav Shimon Gamliel. Then this is a continuation of this price, and then we'll see what's going on. Amar Rav Shimon Gamliel. There's no machlokes in Beisham Hillel and a mavui that's less than 4 Amos. Shein et tzara klum, that it doesn't require anything. What are they disagreeing about? Arochav me 4 Amos ad 10. The machlokes is from if your mavui is 4 Amos to 10 Amos. Beisham lechi v'karos. Beisham says you need a lechi and a kaira. V'silo lemrim oy lechi oy kaira. You need a lechi or a kaira. Okay, that's.
Yaakov.
Yeah.
How does he know he wasn't going to put another one up? It wasn't on Shabbos. It's obviously not a case of Shabbos. He came to him on Tuesday.
Right. You mean, you think he caught him in the middle of the job, you think? You think he was in the middle of the job?
He couldn't tell him on Shabbos to put up another lechi.
Maybe he was telling him to do it in the future.
Maybe. Okay.
I hear. Or he, yeah, I hear. I don't know. Yeah, but the point is that he wanted him to put up another lechi, right? That's zikr he wanted him to do. Okay, but anyway, very good. So Katani Mias, we learned, however, he told him back, do I need to be saisim it? Do I need to enclose it? So if you say that he meant that when our Mishnah says you need 2 lechis, it means 2 lechis in a kaira. That's what he meant when he said, do I need to enclose it? Because if you have 2 lechis and a kaira on top, that's enclosing it. That's the word l'saismai, to close it up. That fits. But if you think it's 2 lechis without a kaira, then what's l'saismai? That's not enclosing anything. Those 2 lechis are there for a siman ba'amas. So the Gemara answers, so we want to bring a proof that it must be that you need to have 2 lechis and a kaira. Right? So when the Mishnah says 2 lechis, it means in addition to the kaira. The Gemara answers, do I need to enclose this with 2 lechis? not with two lechis and a kaira. Okay, fine. So Amar Mar. So therefore we have it's inconclusive whether you need two lechis and a kaira or just two lechis. So Amar Mar, Amar Rav Shimon Gamliel, L'nechlu b'sham v'sil al mavui shepachas me'arba amos she'ein tzarich klum. Rav Shimon Gamliel's opinion was that Beishamai and Basil are not having a machlokes if it's less than 4 amos. If it's less than 4 amos, it's not a mavui. You don't need anything, right? You need nothing there. Yeah. In the name of Rabbi Shmuel, the Talmud said, in front of Rabbi Kiva, he has a different version. There he said that again, Rabbi Shmuel said over in the name of from a Talmud. I'm sorry. They said in the name of Rabbi Shmuel, Talmud Echad Lefnei Rabbi Kiva, that there's no machlokes in Bisham and Hillel on a mavui that's less than 4 that you need a lechi or a kaira. So which one is it? Meaning what we just said is that less than 4 you need nothing, and now it's saying that less than 4 you need either a lechi or a kaira. Right? So which one is it? You don't need, if it's less than 4 amos, you don't need a lechi and a kaira like Beishamai. The loy lechayayin and not 2 lechis like Rabbi Eliezer, like Rabbi Eliezer. Elo oy lechi oy kaira kibes hillel. Either a 1 lechi or 1 kaira like Beis Hillel. The comma, right? Now, how much, if that's the case and you need something, so until what point do you need, meaning we're saying less than 4 amos, you do need something. So if that's the case, until what? Let's say the opening of your mavui is 2 inches, so you'd also need a lechi. It means until 4 tefachim, right? Until 4 tefachim. Then, if it's less than 4 tefachim, then you're not going to need any opening at all, even if the mavui is bigger, right? The art scroll has a chart on this, right? That this mavui is basically like a pyramid. It looks like a pyramid, where the back of it is 4 amos, and then it slowly slants. It slants towards the top. So at the top, it's less than 4 tefachim, and therefore you wouldn't need anything. Yeah. Some of Shesha, some of Yirmi, Rav Amar, Rav Moedon Chacham Rabbi Eliezer, but pasei chatzer. That Rav Shesha says that b'shem Rav that the Chacham Moeded to Rabbi Eliezer by pasei chatzer. Now pasei, what's the translation of pasei? Pasei means the same thing. It's a lechi, right? But by a chatzer, not a mavui, so they're Moeded Chacham to Rabbi Eliezer, right? By pasei chatzer, that you need 2 lechis. Rav Nachman Amar halacha Rabbi Eliezer by pasei chatzer. Halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer by pasei chatzer. Now look at the Tosfos says pasei chatzer. Just interesting, because if Eruvin is not confusing enough, right? So now we have pasei and we have lechi. So look at the top Tosfos, the pasei chatzer. Tosfos says v'kasher the gabi mavui noka loshen lechi, the gabi chatzer noka loshen pas. The kula shmaitza. Afagav the shneim mashahu. They're both a mashahu, right? Meaning, basically what Tosfos is saying that pas and lechi are interchangeable. Sometimes he uses pasei chatzer, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Anyway,
what is Rav Nachman teaching us with regards to halachic Rabbi Eliezer? If the Chachamim are maidim to him, is there another sheet that the Chachamim are not maidim when it comes to chatzer that you need 2?
No, I think he's saying is that we're going to do that by chatzer, but mavui not. I think that's really what it's coming to say. By mavui, it's not a right. By mavui, it's not. We're not going to paskin like that. But by chatzer, yes. But you're saying you should have just said by mavui we don't paskin like him. Okay.
No, I'm just saying everyone paskins that by chatzer you need 2.
Right.
You're saying it's lafuke. You're saying it's lafuke the other sheet that holds 1. You're saying lav.
You're right, but there was it could be there. I think there are other sheetas that hold that you can't. That it doesn't need 2. Okay. Some Rav Nachman it's a man maidim Rebbe. Man maidim. Sorry, who's maida? Right, Rebbe. That's Rebbe. Right. That we've said Rebbe before, and that Rebbe holds that a chatzer needs 2 lechis. Halacha mechlal de pligi. So if you're saying that the halacha is like somebody, then obviously there's a machlokes. Man poligale rabbanon. Who is man poligale? Right? Who's the one that disagrees? Rabbanon. It's the rabbanon. The Tanya, because we have a brayso chatzer niteres bepas echad. A chatzer, all it needs is 1 lechi. Rebbe Yomer b'shnei pasim. Rebbe says with 2 pasim. I'm sorry. I should have said this just to make sure we're all on the same page. What's the difference between a chatzer and a mavui? Right. So a mavui is, and we're going to have this again in the next couple of days. Like, so a mavui is shot. A chatzer is where you have a bunch of houses that share one yard. Right, and you ever go around Yerushalayim? So you walk into like a courtyard, and then you upstairs, downstairs, all around. There's all these little houses. So that little chatzer, that's a chatzer. A mavui is if you have a bunch of those opening up into one dead end street, right? So chatzer has a different din, is more chomer than mavui. Yeah. So anyway, so getting back to this.
Why is the chatzer more? Why is
a chatzer?
Why is the chatzer more than mavui? I mean, what's the source over here?
So we're saying, right? We're saying here that Rebbe, well, at least for Rebbe, right? A chatzer is well, the truth is, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it's more chomer. It's actually machlokes. It's actually machlokes whether it's more chomer or not, right? So because the Tanakama here, the Rabbanon are saying chatzer nitaris the pasechad, it's one. Rebbe says it needs two pasin, right? So really, it alternates between the shittas whether it's more chomer or not.
But in general, what are the svaras differentiation between a chatzer and a mavui? If anything, a chatzer opens up to a mavui opens up to strapping, so mavui should be worse.
No, well, it depends what's going on. The chatzer, the mavui, at least has 3 fences, 3 walls, and all you're doing is putting up a 4th wall. So, and the shaila is, do you just need it there to make sure you don't carry into reshus haram? The chatzer, you need to have an actual eruv there in order to. First, everybody has to. Well, the truth is, the mavui needs it too. I hear. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna reserve. I'm told I'm gonna reserve for over Shabbos that I'm gonna get down to the bottom of that. Believe another. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. So Amar Rav Asi, Amar Rav Yochanan. Did I just skip? No, I'm sorry. The Tanya chatzer nitaris b'pasechad. I'm 5 lines up from the wide line. So chatzer nitaris b'pasechad. The Rabbanan say it's with 1 pas. Rebbe Amar b'shnei pas, and it's with 2. Amar Rav Asi, Amar Rav Yochanan. Chatzer tzricha shnei pasin. It needs 2. From B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan now, that's important because it's B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan that needs 2 pas. And Amalei Rav Zera Rabbi Asi, me Amar Rabbi Yochanan Achi. Did Rabbi Yochanan say that it needs 2 boards? Atu da Amar B'Shmei Rabbi Yochanan. You yourself said in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Pasei Chatzer Tzricha Sheyeh Behen Daled. You said that a pas of a chatzer needs to have 4 tefachim. Right? That's another confusing thing in Eruvin. When it says Daled, does that mean 4 tefachim? Does that mean 4 Amos? Is there a set rule to this? Right? You know of any rule? Anybody know of any rule to this? I mean, the arba with a hay and the arba with a dalet, that rule I understand, I think. Arba with a hay is a lashon zachar. So that's for tefachim. Right? Because tefachim is lashon zachar. Arba without a hay is lashon nekeva, so that's always amos. I'm pretty sure. If anybody comes across not like that, please let me know. But that's
so it's interesting. Our scroll actually does it where they just put in the arba, so it's clear that we're talking about tefachim.
Right. I'm saying, but how would you know? I'm saying, I'm looking at the one. I was like, okay, now what does he mean here? Tefachim, amos. I don't know. Okay, whatever it is. Anyway, so Rabbi Yochanan says that you need the chatzer, the boards for the chatzer need to be 4 tefachim. I mean, here it's clear that it's tefachim. It's not so hard to figure out. It doesn't need a board that's 4 amos wide. But arba mikan. And if you think, no, I'm sorry, that slugs it up. This arba is with a hay. Okay, arba. No, that makes sense. Yeah, arba mikan. And if you say that it means 4 tefachim on this side, 4 tefachim on this side, Vatani Rav Ada bar Avim Kamed Rav Chanina V'Amila Kamed Rav Chanina bar Papi Katana B'Aser V'Doyla B'Achas Esrei. I hope Dylan remembers this. Do we have the blocks here? It was cleaned up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. No, here we go. I found my blocks. Remember the case? This case, we can't get away from it. Hopefully we get away from it soon. This is the large chatzer. Right? This is the large chatzer. This is the small chatzer. Right? And the wall breaks down in between. Right? This wall breaks down totally. So we said that the people in the small chatzer cannot carry. No, this is fine. Perfect. Thank you. And the big people, the big chatzer, they could carry. Why? And then we said that this is 11 amos, this is 10 amos. So basically, this is 6 tefachim more than this one. Right? That's the case that we keep saying. So now, how come you could carry in this one? Where is your lechi? So we said
one second. If that's 10 amos and that's 11 amos,
this is 11. It's not to scale. My little.
No.
ghetto
The big one
example.
is 10 amas, 11 amas, and the small one is 10 amas?
11 amas, this is 10 amas, which means that the default should be there's 3 tefachim here, 3 tefachim here. Right? Meaning this is the lechi, this right here.
How does that make
for
sense?
The big
If
one.
the middle one is 10 amas, you have a half an amma on each side left over.
Correct, which is 3 tefachim, and amas 6 tefachim, right? That's what we said.
Okay, fine. Okay,
right,
3
6
tefachim.
yeah, 6 tefachim. Yeah, good. 3 tefachim this way, 3 tefachim.
I wasn't realizing you were switching from amas to tefachim.
Yeah. I don't do it by choice. This is the Masechta of Torah, which I do. Right? Anyway, so it's 3 here, 3 here. Right? So if we're saying that Rabbi Yochanan says, right, that you're allowed to carry here, and Rabbi Yochanan holds that you need 2 lechis of 4 tefachim each, it's only 3 tefachim and 3 tefachim. Right? Vatani, again, it's 4 from here and 4 from there. Vatani, Rav Ada, meaning, again, we quoted Rabbi Yochanan that a board for reshus for a chatzer needs 4 tefachim. So what we're going to say means 2 boards of 4 tefachim. We didn't mean 1 board of 4 tefachim. 2 boards of 4 tefachim. Again, bechitem arba mikan vatani Rav Ada bar Avimi kamedu Rav Chanina v'amri la kamedu Rav Chanina bar Papi katana be'esr u'gedoyle ba'achas esrei. Right, that's the small one is 10. This one's 11. Kisalek Rabbi Zer. Right, so that's, I'm sorry, that Gemara doesn't explain itself. Right, so clearly, it's talking about it's 3 on this side, 3 on this side. So kisalek Rabbi Zer me made from the water from overseas. Pirsha, he explained the baruch achas ba'arba when you're having it on one side. Meaning, if you only have 1 board by the chatzer, then it's 4 tefachim. Mishtei ruchas mashu lekan or mashu lekan. If you decide that you want to put up 2 boards at the entrance to the chatzer, then you do a mashu from this side and a mashu from this side. Again, so it comes out that he's saying, according to Rabbi Yochanan, you have 2 options, right? Some people don't do well with having options. They want to know exactly how to do it. Just tell me how to do it. So this one, you got 2 options. Either you put 1 big board of 4 tefachim wide, or you put 2 boards, each one a mashu. And this, I'm sorry, and this what Adi Baravimi said, right? Meaning that you can carry in the large chatzer, Rebbe. Oh man, what just happened? Rebbe, it's Rebbe. Just lost the place. Rebbe, it's Rebbe, and he holds like Rabbi Yossi, who holds that you need at least 3 tefachim. 3 tefachim works, because if the bottom one is 10, the big one is 11, so it's 3 tefachim on each side. Okay, Amar Rabbi Yosef, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Amar Shmuel, chatzer niteres b'pas echad. He says that a chatzer, you only need 1, not like Rebbe. Amar le Rabbi Yosef, mi Amar Shmuel, Achi, did Shmuel really say that it only need 1? V'Amar le Shmuel Rav Chananya bar Shila, at le sabed uvda ela oiberayv doifin oibeshnei pasin. Did you shouldn't paskin slice eved uvda, you shouldn't do it. Either you should put rive daifin, meaning rive of the wall should have a fence, or use 2 lechis. Did I not know, right? A story that happened, we had this once before, Bedura de Ravasa, which is the town of shepherds. Now what happened there? Loshen Yam Hanichas the Chatzer. So basically, somebody had like we have by us, you have people's houses on the bay. And then the bay extended into the person's yard, right? Well, not necessarily his yard, but to everybody's yard. So now the problem was that the bay went in, and now you have to close it off. So we said all you needed was 1 board. Amalei Loshen Yam Kamer. So you only need 1 board. What?
How wide is it? The bay's going into the yard. How wide is the?
It's got to be wider than 4 tefachim, that's for sure.
Wider than 4, but is it 100 amos long?
Well, I mean, if you're looking at it like a chatzer, then it would it make a difference? I hear. That's a good question. I think it would be 10 amos, but I'm not sure. The
water's not going to recede?
I guess not now. I don't know. I guess it broke through the seawall or something. No? That's what it seems. The Gemara doesn't seem to discuss that maybe the water, what do you call it? The tide is going to go out. Either way, so he wanted to bring a raya that he only told him to put up one board there. So Amalei Lashon Yam Kamer, you're talking about something from the water. The Chachamim were always more makel by water. Kedabah mine Rav Tavla Meirav. Rabbaran, I was thinking about you. Is he here? Is he still there? Did he leave or is he there? I guess he must have left. Okay, anyways, I mean, he likes these type of things. I mean, we're talking about the water. We're talking about the water, and this person's, this Amoira's name is Reb Tavla, Toivel.
He's there.
Yeah?
He's there. I see his wife's name on the thing.
I hear. Okay, whatever it is.
Maybe he's on the phone and he can't unmute.
We're talking about Reb Tavla, and we're talking about water. Toivel, yeah? But anyways, Kedabane Reb Tavla Meirav, mechitzos tluya ma'al shetatir bechurva, right? We had this in Shabbos. When you have a house that's if you have a house that's knocked down, if you have a house that's knocked down, right, and the wall is hanging from the top, but there's no wall on the bottom. So are you allowed to carry in there inside that destruction, that house that's destroyed? Amalei, ein mechitza tli mataras el b'mayim. A hanging mechitza only is matter you by water. Kalu shekilo chavim mayim. It's a kula that they did by water. So therefore, you can't bring any rayas from water. Now, basically, that basic example, we're going to have this later, is if they needed to fill water up from if you had a porch over the water and you needed to draw water. So what you can do is you build like, I guess like this would be it. You'd build a canister, and which would be 10 tefachim, and then you would through the middle you would draw the water out, even though this mechitza would not hit the water. Meaning, let's say the water level is here, and then your wood canister would reach to here. We look at it like it goes down. Oh, we're saying right now that the bottom has to have the mechitza, not the top. Right, so we're saying by the water they were more mekel. Yeah, so whatever it is, so that's what they're more mekel. Whatever it is, it's a kasha because you see that this was a chatzer, and they said a chatzer he allowed one board. So kiyasa rapapa ravuna breder ravishu mevei rav pishu miruach achas ba'arba mishteiru was mashu lekan. Like we said before, when you put up one board, it just has to be for tefachim. If you're going to put up two boards, then it just has to be a mashu. Each board just has to be a mashu. So Rav Papa, ikashali hakashali. Rav Papa says, if I have any questions, this is going to be my question. Why did he say to him that you need roiv of a wall? Why not just say pas arba? So Reb Zev, maybe this is what you're saying. This is what he's saying. Like he told him need roiv doifen. Why would he need a roiv doifen for? Right? Just put a board of 4. Why did he tell him use roiv of the wall? Meaning, let's say the wall was 20, so that means he has to put up a doifen that's 11 or 10.1.
Right.
Yeah. And if you say that what does roiv doifen mean? We're talking about a wall made out of 7 tefachim. Let's say 7. Now we change this down from 11 tefachim to 7. Right? So if you want to use roiv doifen, so all you would need is 3.1, not 4. Right?
3.1 or 3.6?
3.6.
3.6.
I'm sorry, 3.6, right? Yeah, sorry about that. So he said, but the point is, you didn't have to say 4, right? My beroiv doifen, but doifen shiva, the ba'arba havale, roiv doifen, lamali arba, right? Meaning you're thinking that he said it's a 7 tefach wall. What he told him 4, because 4 is most of 7. That's very nice, but you don't need that. Lamali arba, b'shloisho mashu sagi. 3 and a little bit, it's enough, right? I'm sorry, this is why I confused it. 3 and a little bit is enough. Why? Because the opening is going to be less than 4. Meaning I was right. I was wrong with my calculations, but I was right in the Gemara. Meaning, if you have an opening of 7 and you make a lechi of 3.1, then the opening is less than 4 tefachim, which is fine. Right? So, until 4, you don't need, until the opening of 4, you don't need anything. See, by saying mavui. One is talking about a chatzer, one is talking about a mavui, right? Yeah. So in a mavui, if it's less than 4 tefachim, you don't need anything. But in the chatzer, we're going to be stricter with a chatzer, and you're going to need, right? So totally, this is also the same question that you have. That why should it be a difference? Okay. V'yiba sema. The Rav Achlei Gufa Tanai, this din of Rav Achlei, that the opening less than 4 tefachim doesn't need anything, is in itself a machlokes Tanaim. Fine. Tanarabana Lashon Yam Nichnas Chatzer. Now we're going to discuss this again. So Lashon Yam Nichnas Chatzer. So if the water went up into the yard, Ein Mamalin Mena B'Shabbos Elam Kim Yeshem Mechitza Gavay Yut Tefachim. You cannot fill up water from that water that came into your yard unless you put a mechitzos there that's 10 tefachim high. But that's only, this is what answers, I think this answers your question. Right? That's only if the wall, the original wall, was 10 tefachim. Aval asara ain't tzarich, that more than 10. Aval asara ain't tzarich klum. But if it's less, 10 or less, then it doesn't need anything. But malahud, and the Gemara says, malahud and malina. Good, so you're not allowed to fill up water. It's mashma. But you are allowed to carry in this chatzer. Why? This chatzer had a fence, right? The fence got knocked down. The water came through it, right? Why are you allowed to carry there? It's an opening of 10. But if it's a chatzer, b'melua, l'makam asala, the chatzer got busted open and it's in its entirety on that entire wall. I don't know how the Gemara knows that it's in the entire wall. To a makam that's asr, which means that even though you can carry in the chatzer, and that it's still going to be, well, not even though you carry the chatzer, meaning it's going to be, it's the chatzer's opening up to a place that you can't carry. So therefore, how can you carry in there? So I'm asking, it's like you do they. Here we're talking about where there was these little, we had this before. Gedude, it has, there's these ridges under the water. That's how Artsvot teaches it as ridges. There's ridges under the water that are 10 tefachim high that somehow do offer some sort of mechitzos. So therefore, that would work. Okay, I guess we'll stop here. All right, we did one Amud. We'll have to catch it up between Motzei Shabbos and Sunday, Be'ez Hashem. All right, thanks for listening, everybody.
When Motzei Shabbos?
When Motzei Shabbos? What time is the Zman? The Zman here is over at 9. 9:15. I don't see why we can't do 9:15. Gershon, what time by you? We can't hear you, so do like this. Do like this. 9:15 works. There you go. Okay, 9:15.
Very good. Good Shabbos. Good
Okay, good Shabbos. Yeah.
If Rav Yehuda Chassid, can you shave today?
That was my tweet, my friend. That was my tweet yesterday.
I don't have a tweet. Sorry.
And you should know. You should be getting the text. You get it as a text.
No, I don't get it anymore.
I know. Why not?
I don't know why. You set it up the first time and
because there's a new way to get it. Text you.
Send me his phone number. Send me your phone number.
A little later than that. Actually, no, that should be good.
We'll hold it off for you.
Yaakov, congratulations. He fell asleep. His first share that he fell asleep in. First of probably many.
Very good. Very good. Anyway, what do you call it? What were you saying?
No,
do you have any particular family minhag about it?
No.
So you could shave.
But I've been doing it for the last 20 years.
That you haven't on Fridays?
I haven't done it on reshus.
Reshus, but how about on Friday?
I don't know.
Well, you have a beard. It's nicht gefährlich, so then don't do it.
Don't do it, fine, okay.
Yeah, I'm saying if you looked like shabby, to me you look very fine from here. You know what I mean? But again, I'm not a man of style, so don't necessarily trust me.
No problem. Good, I'm asking. It's fine. Okay,
okay, there you go. Good. All right, have a good Shabbos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
Good job.
Shabbos.
For these on your bed.
What is that?
Bread?
What?
Bread?
Red what?
Bread.
Oh, okay.